most professional live show on YouTube. I haven't even set my camera. There we go.
I know. We had such a kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle?
A kerfuffle. I said to Tim about 20 to 9, we'll probably be screaming for you soon, and we ended up screaming for him about a minute later. We got everything set up, so Caroline puts out 2 minutes later, I think, the intro, and then said, I haven't set the camera at level, so we didn't know if we'd even be in shot. But we are.
We are roughly. Near enough.
And no one is saying, we can't hear you, so I'm going to assume they can. And they would have found out.
My microphone seems a bit loud. I'm just going to turn it down. I think it looks like we're shouting.
Is this sounding loud to you?
There we go.
I'm not shouting, honest.
No, it was peeking up into the red, so there we go. So lovely to have you all in, but who are the first 3 in today? Indeed, so I'm going to go up to the top of the chat.
It's been a fortnight.
I know.
Yes, it has.
Can tell. You're swinging on your seat again. You've forgotten you're
not
to.
On my seat there. Swing.
I've really got to stop Phil having to swing each chair.
Good grief, we've got 47 in, and we've only been going a couple of minutes. That's fantastic.
So welcome everybody, and let's see who's on the podium. First time tonight. We've got first in Lexi B, Lexi's Larks and Crafts.
Yeah.
In second place is Sandy Black. Well done, Sandy. And third place, Ed Creative.
Yes, lovely.
So, otherwise known as Mr. Humphreys, on a conversation we had. So I told him, that's it, I shall forever think of you as Mr. Humphreys. So we got a lot and lots of people in tonight. And lots and lots of chat going on. Oh, I'm just flicking down to the bottom. You've all been busy chatting about the cold and the snow. People panic buying. Oh, it's not so bad here at the moment that I know of. We don't usually run out of milk and bread and things like that. But generally the word snow sends panic into the heart of everyone. They all rush out, fill their cars with food, and they only say the snow's down for a day.
Well, it's the same over Christmas. People bulk buy because they're going to be closed for 48 hours. Whereas back in the day, they used to shut every weekend.
Yes.
I can see Lynn is in, saying she's feeling more human.
Oh, brilliant, Lynn.
Yes,
good to hear that.
We had to use old footage to put Lynn into a starring role in this week's video because she couldn't join us as she was recovering from COVID.
Yeah, it's not very nice. So glad you feel a little bit better, Lynn. We really missed you, but maybe next time. But we managed to give you a cameo in the video because of that cracking pipe you found a couple of years ago when you were with us. Oh, you did really well with those pipes. A couple of months ago now, but it was great fun. Oh, it was a good while ago. We hadn't been up there for 18 months. Yeah. Oh, the time just gets faster every year. My granny used to say about how fast time went, and it really does go faster. Indeed. The older you get. And this is just me, but the more people I talk to, they all seem to agree. Yep, the older you get, whoof, there goes another year. Right, so, Christina said we had minus 28 degrees C this morning and sunshine. Oh, well, as long as you had the sunshine. Isn't it amazing how warm sunshine feels on you when it's really, really cold? Tiny bit of sunshine and you can feel it. But it's not enough to really make it warm, is it? No. It's just a nice feeling. I think the best place is in the house with the heating on. Yes, looking at it out of the window, that's the place to be. Go up in the morning and look at the frost on the shed roof and think, glad I'm not in there. We see builders sometimes and they're out and they're climbing up scaffolding with nothing on their hands and it's like -1. I'm thinking, oh, that's not the job for me. I wouldn't be able to get out of bed in the morning. Yeah, as I say, it's all relative because we've had -5, which is so cold for this part of the world, whereas, as you say, some of our friends in different parts of the world are experiencing extreme temperatures way beyond that. If those temperatures happened here, we'd grind to a halt for sure. Yes, definitely. We actually went into the teens at one time. It went -12. It killed plants. And there was a pipeline, a water pipeline running across what's known as the Ricos, which is a mountain area going down a valley over from you, and that had been there for over 100 years, and that was the first time it actually froze and fractured. Yeah, people were without water for weeks. Yeah, a cast main because the temperature at -12. Nothing we build in this country is designed for double-digit minus temperatures because we, well, once in 100 years experience them. Of course, weather's changing these days. And the plants don't know what's happening, the animals don't know what's happening. We had insects flying the other day, didn't we? We saw was it a bee or a wasp flying? And we go, where did that come from? It was a bee. Yeah, he'd certainly got a bit early. Bit mixed messages.
But yeah, as I say, it's been cold, but they have said we've got a bit of a wet and warmer spell coming. We're going into double figures the other way, possibly next week.
15 degrees possibly soon.
Yeah, wow.
About Wednesday, I think.
Just crazy. But
oh, Christina Mizaki is going to Japan next week to visit her husband's parents.
Oh, that's lovely.
Wow. Oh, that's
one of the places you'd love to visit, Matt.
So many things I'd like to do.
Yeah, and tech support Tim would love to visit there because one of his best friends at university, one of his a group of mates that shared a house and everything, they married a lad from Japan and is settled out there and have a family, a little baby. And
so
he's always said he'd love to go to Japan. That's
he
one
would.
of the places
Maybe one day.
You just want the food.
I do. I am tempted.
You are? I know. I don't know what they're called. But
it's an Eki Ben at the stations, and you buy it, and then you go on the bullet train, and you whiz around the country eating your from your bento box. And I'd like to go to the Disneyland over there because over there, and I know this is very shallow, they are the only people who do mini mochis in the same shape as the little aliens. So I want a pack of those. And you can't get them in any other Disneyland. You have to go to Japan. And I want to go to all the craft shops. And they sell like Copic markers really cheap. And they're not really cheap over here. So I really would like to go. But on the other hand, the amount of money it costs to get over there doesn't really make anything in the shops cheap if you put it all in one big lump sum of how much it costs. Anyway, we need to be getting on.
I've just noticed now, Flower Girl Ward 17 was saying that I don't even get snow at my altitude, and husband and I always start collecting and stashing firewood as early as September.
Lovely.
One of the things Caroline loves when we're driving down into France, which as you know we love to do because we've shared so many videos of our Brocon travels, and we will be going again this year, and we're going twice.
I know.
Yes.
Can't wait.
I have already booked for May and September, so we've got 2 trips, 2 11-day trips into France. So that's 4 weekends of brocants we're going to be doing, and we'll be videoing those and sharing them with you. But one of the things that Caroline will always comment on as we're driving down is the log piles.
I'm like, whoa, what a log pile.
Yeah, she's really...
very impressed by the log pile.
Caroline suffers from log pile envy as we go along, doesn't
I do.
Because sometimes they've got like a shallow sloping roof and it'll run for 30-40 yards and it's stacked about 3 to 4 foot high and it's logs all the way, and yeah, they do like their log piles in France. And
well, Christina says she'll send pictures to the Facebook group from Japan, so I'm really looking forward to that, Christina. I can't wait. It's going to be good.
And good evening to Rufus. He's put us up in red on there. Hello, saying Rufus. Good evening to us. Good evening, Rufus. Hope you're keeping warm over in your
in red? It's orange. Feels colourblind.
I'm colourblind. It's all the same to me. They won't let me fly a plane, drive a train, or be an electrician.
Or read and tell us what colour it is on YouTube.
That's right. Well, yeah, I suppose if I stare hard enough, it goes orange.
There we go. Right.
Okay.
I think you need to sort of either sit back or raise it up because you're looking much shorter than me again. People get the wrong idea.
I have grown.
They think I'm really tall.
Yes.
That's better.
There we are. I'm
always used to looking up to Phil. It's really strange when we're looking down. Right, then, should we have a question? Because time is getting
We can indeed, for sure. And the questions tonight are, I believe, all related.
You believe you wrote them?
No, but that doesn't mean I'm right when I say they are all related to finds. I know they're all related to the video, they always are. Except for the obvious magical question at the end.
Oh, yes.
The argumentative...
The one we never all agree on.
When it breaks into...
Thank goodness for Ribble Finds. It was letting us know what the answer is.
Yes. And only once I disagreed with, and then it was on a mooted point. So the first find that excited Caroline was when we found, as we often do, a ball. There's not many a mudlark we go on and we don't come across a ball. No. Either it's been lost by a dog... That's one of the favoured ones in certain areas. But in other areas, such as where we were on this occasion, where there was a flat field adjacent, people have a little practice of their golf.
They do.
And all I can say is, I don't know how good they are at golf, but they're not very good at finding their balls, because Caroline found this one. So that gives me freedom to open tonight with a golf-related question.
Well spotted, Ed.
Are you able to...
Now, I'm going to try this. I'll tell you what, we're going to do a trial run a minute, okay? Now, what I'm going to do, this is a not the real go, okay? So I'm going to shout go and press the button at the same time and tell me if they come about the same time. So, go. So, before we do the question now, if you could just let me know if that came about the same time as I said it roughly, or whether it was about 20 seconds away, because I'm trying something different. Tim reckons this system will work better, in which case it would be good because I can type go again. And it's looking good. No, it's not looking good yet. No, Ed says don't go yet. No,
well, they can't go yet. I haven't asked the question.
No, we're not going. This is just pretending go. Right, so there's nothing coming up yet. Everybody's obviously still waiting. But no, it takes a while here. Go went way before you said it. Right, well, pretty close. So I think that's about as good as we could get before. So I will do it.
So anyway. I think rather than saying go, you type it, because then when it comes up, as soon as everyone sees it, they can type underneath it.
Right, so I'll do that.
That's what you always used to do.
I won't say go then. I will just type it in.
Yeah, that's what you used to do before we lost your chat months ago.
I always used to say go at the same time.
And confuse everyone.
Because the problem we got then is people are going to go anyway because you'll have got to the end of the question.
Yeah, but they won't until they see the word go.
Not everyone.
They're all well behaved.
Naughty.
No.
We've got a couple of naughty people.
No,
sometimes.
we've got 58 little angels out there.
Oh, that's okay.
All right, so establish the fact that Caroline has her chat back. She will type go. As soon as it appears on your screen, you can put your answer in.
Oh, no, Catherine G said 20 seconds later. We'll just say go, okay? We say go.
What's
and
20
then
seconds later?
The voice was 20 seconds later than the word.
Right, so as long as you don't put the word up the same time as I ask the question, when I've answered the question, so then we should be fine.
So are we going with when they hear it or when they see it?
I don't know, this is very complicated.
Yeah, we just say go. We'll get to the end of the question. Look.
Life was never this difficult, you know. I just don't know. I'm just all of the dither.
Well, you just carry on. We'll say go, and then we'll wait till we get to the end of the question. We'll say go, and then put your answer down.
I'm losing the will to live. I'm going to ask you a question, folks.
We've only got 3 people left. They've had enough.
In case you'd all forgotten, this is question time. And the question related to golf is...
Lexi said, I missed the question anyway.
I haven't asked it yet. We've been so busy trying to determine whether she's going to type go or say it. She's going to say it at the end of this question, which is... Which queen is said to have been the first ever woman to play golf? Was it A, Mary Stuart, B, Queen Victoria, or C, Elizabeth II?
Go!
How's that?
See if that works.
So there we go, folks.
Right,
well,
so
that's what we've been doing all along. Right. We haven't had any.
So if we look there, the last person in is there. Can you see that?
Aye.
So if you look from after there, any answers come in, and then we know that it's got to the right time.
Well, they're bound to come in after that because there's nothing written on it.
Never mind. Let's just go in. Let's just see if it works.
Yeah.
Here come some answers. Oh, they're coming in thick and fast today.
Who are you thinking? Mary Stuart, Victoria, or Elizabeth II, folks?
Oh, I can see Flower Girl in Ward 17 has written a whole 3 words, so well done if you're right. But will you be in the top 3? Oh, you never know because they all come in at different times.
Yeah, and it's all down to which answer is correct.
Ed was... I wondered if anybody would notice. Ed noticed. Well done, Ed. Monkey. I've been doing crafts and I had to take the wig off a china doll, and Monkey said he thought he looked good with long hair, look a bit like a pop star or a rock star, so he's borrowed the wig. So that is why Monkey is wearing a curly wig. Do you think he looks like a rock star? He reckons it would be good for head banging, so we'll flop around. What can you do with an adolescent panda? You just let them get on with it. At least he hasn't dyed it green yet. There we go. Right then. Okay. So, have we got an answer?
Yes, we've got lots and lots and lots
we
of
seem to have
answers.
some, but I don't think it's one that's not going to get the right answer.
So let's have a look who's got the right answer, because quite a number of people seem to think it could be Victoria, but it wasn't.
Right.
And although Queen Elizabeth II was very, very involved in the world of golf, she didn't actually play. So perhaps people would have been more inclined to go for Mary Stuart if I had given her the title of Mary Queen of Scots. But it was Mary Stuart. It was and therefore our gold position goes to P-Bitch.
Well done, P-Bitch.
Silver goes to Rachel Bailey.
Well done, Rachel.
And Bonnie Tyler fan 34 takes the bronze.
Well done, Bonnie Tyler fan.
And commiserations to Rachel Ramey and Ed Creative, because Bonnie Tyler fan was the first of 3 in a row that got the correct answer, all tussling for that third position. So it's P. Mitch and Rachel Bailey and Bonnie Tyler fan 34. They are our winners. Yep. It seems that in 1589, shortly after the death of her husband, now if those two things are related, I don't know, but that's how I read it in the research I did, the Queen, Mary Queen of Scots, was seen playing golf.
There we go.
But they did note that it took about another 400 years before the world caught up with the idea of women having equal status, playing in the big championships and the rest. But yeah, she was playing golf in 1589. So there we go. And up in Scotland.
Who was it? It was Flower Girl. Just a second. Flower Girl in Ward 17. No, yeah, Bonnie Tyler fan. I got there. Bonnie Tyler fan, I think you're the closest so far. Says Mankey looks like Brian May from Queen. He does, doesn't he? Because that's the sort of hairstyle Brian May had. So there we go. I don't know. I'm going to show my ignorance here. Is he dead yet? I don't think he is he? So there we go. Mankey's really pleased now that he looks like Brian May. What were they in? What was Brian May in? What band? It just goes to show. I'm really not a music aficionado.
Oh, don't ask
you
me
don't know
that.
either.
Don't ask me anything at this
who was
moment.
Brian May in? I was thinking Queen.
Probably.
I thought it was Queen, but was it Queen?
Oh, it wouldn't be Quo, would it? Let me have a look. He's the one up on top of the
Yeah, he was on top of the palace, wasn't he?
Funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
so there we go. So if you can let me know, I'm getting used to the chat being at a completely different time. Yeah, it was Queen. Thank you, Ed. So there we go, Queen. Oh, and Rachel Bailey saying so. Thank you very much. Right,
there we are. Abigail House, quite surprised that they were playing golf in 1589. That is something I banked on when I gave them Victoria and Elizabeth, because people think of golf as a very modern game, and it's not. It's a game that was being played back in the mid 1500s up in Scotland, where it was pretty much the birthplace, St Andrews.
Right.
St Andrews, that's where it all began. But there we are, Mary Queen of Scots.
Right,
so
should we do some finds?
Yes.
Time is moving on.
Yes,
I want
what
to show
have you got there? What have you got? Oh, she's just going to start at the top. Everything we do from here on is downhill because Caroline's
Notice
got...
how casually I said, would you like to see my finds?
They all heard you saying, I'm smug. I left it in the edit.
Look, there's an RAOB, which is Royal Antediluvian Order of the Buffalo. It's quite a mouthful until you get to know it. Once you've said it enough, it just rolls off the tongue.
It don't roll off my tongue. I've got to put it in one of the questions, and they don't roll off my tongue.
And there's a fluted one, and I was just so pleased. Let's see if that helps. I was so pleased when I saw these, because you know me and pipe bowls. Pipe stems are okay. Pipe bowls are brilliant, and a whole pipe or anything with a stem on is like, I'm just over the moon. So I was really pleased to find them. It really made, we brought it all back. The number of pipes we found, and like that one, if you look inside, is really clean. Probably never used, but look at that one. That's been smoked and smoked and smoked. It's really grotty in there. So that one's got much more history to it than that one, even though they're very similar in size, probably similar in age. I think they probably, one would have been worth more than another, one cost more than another, because this one seems nicer made, this one's a little bit chunky, sort of utilitarian. But I wonder who smoked these, and was it a man or was it a woman, because in those days, or even children?
I would think that was a man.
Yes, it would be if he was in the Buffaloes. That would be a man.
I
Good
think so.
point.
That's my
So that was
theory.
definitely a man, but this could be a woman or a child or a man. So,
Indeed.
and I can just imagine what you want to, can't you? Because nobody can prove me wrong.
Now, a lot of people have been saying it's nice to see us back out on the river and back out on the dumps. And to give you the sequence of events that took place, Caroline decided that she would love to go back up to the Dualty River and take a walk along the river and have a little look. And we'd had some heavy rain, so she thought maybe a few things may have washed up on the side. So well, we'll take the camera along and then we'll see how it goes. And when we were travelling back, it became obvious to me that Caroline had had such a wonderful time. And I don't say that because I don't have a wonderful time. I have a wonderful time just because Caroline has a wonderful time. But when it comes to mudlarking, I enjoy it too. So it was great. But she was just so thrilled to have been back out, to have been picking things up and enjoying the fresh air. So I came home and literally booked up the trip to Halifax for the following week. I had some days free with my work. I could work my work around it because I wasn't actually in a service for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, Christina Midazaki, well done. You interrupted Phil and she's given us a 40 Swedish krona. I can't remember now. Super chat, thank you ever so much. We got a little dancing avocado. Put my glasses on, can't see what he's doing. Yeah, he's a little pom-pom cheerleader avocado. Oh, thank you ever so much, Christina. We really do appreciate that. That's really so kind of you. Thank you.
Because as Rachel Amy was saying, I was wondering how long we could stay out of the mud, and lovely to see your stripy boots back. Because actually when we decided to withdraw from all mudlarking a year ago, because it was this time last year, beginning of January, Caroline still had a brand new pair of boots in the box because they were stopping making that particular pattern. And
they were not doing any more stripy wellies.
Trademark. So Caroline had a brand new pair that looked like they were never going to get worn. But Caroline had such a good time, and it did us so. When I said on that video at the river, it's good for the soul, I meant what I said because I could see the impact it was having on Caroline. So that's why we've decided that our videos will be a mixture. It depends what we're doing, where we're going, but mudlarking and river walking is, to some measure, is certainly back in the mix.
Yes.
And we've had a great time, and we've made several videos when we were up. We got to spend a little bit of time with Tom, which was brilliant.
Yes, that was really nice after so long.
But that's going to be a very interesting video for all the wrong reasons. I'll wait until I've edited it and you can find it for yourself. But talk about technical issues. Oh man, just beat us. But we got it. We've got a video for you of the day we spent with Tom, so we look forward to sharing that. But I thought I'd give you that bit of background because people are asked to say in Europe how nice it is to see us back. And as we always say, we take life one step at a time. And at this moment in time, we're just feeling we're going to try and get that balance between staying safe, but also doing the things we love.
Yep.
So I'm glad you've enjoyed coming back with us, and it's been nice to see some of our old friends back watching the videos, because obviously with them having mudlarking content, they are being sent out to the different people, and the mudlarkers are getting the message. So that's been great. So I thought I'd fill you in on that. There we go.
Talon said, at least you do it with wellies. I do it in army boots, but kind of used to getting my feet wet. That's the only thing with boots. They're very sturdy, but they're not really very watertight, are they?
Right there.
I think the worst thing I ever had with my wellies is the leeches. Do you know where the leech footage is? In which video? We could always put that in one day, couldn't we?
Yeah, I remember you got a bit freaked out because one got in your wellies.
Yes, I didn't realise there were leeches in the water in Yorkshire until I had wellies full of them. Ooh, it was awful.
I don't think they were full, but they were definitely in there.
It felt full to me.
And it didn't take many to freak you out.
No, and they're black, and I was wearing black socks. I was trying to find them to pick them off. Oh, it really wasn't pleasant.
Right. Do you want another question, or would you like to do some happy news? Where are we going to go?
We're going to have to watch because we're not going to get the questions in. Oh, these happy news is along.
That's nice, big writing.
Oh, it's big writing there. I shall do.
You're going to do your news flash or not?
Okay, I'll do just a quick bit of news flash. There we go. We'll cut that short because it doesn't half go on.
Technical is that?
Right then, Pedal Power opens the door to university. Our mums and dads used to tell us about their mile-long walk to school. I'm starting giggling already. I don't even know what this is about.
She'd make a wonderful newscaster. Fortunately, we don't have sad news. We only have happy news, so the fact Caroline giggles through it isn't so bad.
Where was I now? Our mums and dads used to tell us about their mile-long walk to school, which they did in the rain and the snow, and somehow was uphill both ways. But if we're talking about pedal-powered travel to school, this man has set a new standard. Leaving his home in Guinea on a bike, Mamadou travelled across the world, the whole of West Africa and the Sahara Desert's road network, 2,500 miles, and across 5 countries in the mere hope he'd be accepted into an Egyptian university. Along the way, the husband and father of one crossed some of the most... The husband and father of one... Crossed... Where are your commas?
I don't put any in.
Crossed some of the most bandit-filled areas on earth, and he was detained without cause or charge on 3 times. Then in Chad, 4 months after he left home, a local journalist reported on his efforts, which led to a local philanthropist
Do you want to finish it? You go over there. Then in Chad, nearly 4 months after he left home, a local journalist reported on his efforts, which led to a local philanthropist getting the man a flight to Cairo. Once there, the prestigious Al-Azhar University offered him a full scholarship. And then came another surprise. When Hollywood star Will Smith heard about his courage and determination in a BBC report and video called him in Cairo to congratulate him and gave him a new bicycle and a laptop for his studies. Would you like to come back, dear? It wasn't that... My punctuation is not that funny. Or should I say, my lack of punctuation is not that funny.
Try to stay calm now. Sensible.
Stay. Right.
Oh dear. Right
do you want me to do a question while you calm down?
Yes, do a question.
Right, well, Caroline's calming down.
I'm fine.
Right. Find Caroline really tragic story to read out next week. That
wouldn't help. I'm terrible. If ever somebody gives me bad news, I got this. I don't know what it is. I got this reaction on my face, grins, and I'm thinking, stop smiling. And I smile at the most inappropriate things. It's terrible. I could never be a funeral celebrant like Phil. They'd sack me.
Right, Caroline showed you her find of the Royal Antediluvian Order of the Buffalo pipe bowl.
Well done.
So I am going to ask you a relevant question. According to Company's House, in which of these cities will you find the registered office of the Royal Antediluvian Order of the Buffalo's Grand Lodge of England Limited?
Ooh.
Is it in A, London, B, Cardiff, or C, Birmingham?
Go!
There you go. Go, folks. Time to go.
Oh, Mo. Just me who's Mo. Caroline, I'm literally choking on my tea. Sorry, Mo. I try
genuinely, not to. When we were in the ministry, it was a problem. Because somebody would come with, and it was really tragic. So I could see Caroline say, I'll just make a cup of tea because just this nervous reaction.
I don't know why I do it. My mother's the same though. I think it must be some hereditary weird thing going on.
But this time it was the fact that I don't put many commas in. So Caroline was starting to try and read it and try and guess where the punctuation was.
Flower Girl in Ward 17. Oh, don't worry, Caroline. I laugh at a funeral because the thought just pops in there. Oh, good. I'm not the only one then. Lexi's going to find me an obituary for me to read. It won't work. Nice. I'll still laugh. I'll do my best.
Can you imagine Caroline doing my job? You'd be brilliant, you would.
Oh, yeah.
Go see some poor family, you'd have them in stitches.
They throw me out.
Right then, we've had loads of answers in on this one. Lots and lots of people going for all sorts of answers.
But who's the winner?
I will tell you now. Because you may be surprised.
Oh.
I was surprised.
Surprised? Why? That's not very nice for this poor person who won.
I wasn't surprised who won.
Oh.
I was surprised by the answer.
Oh, right.
Because who would have thought that the Grand Lodge of England would have their registered offices in Cardiff?
Ooh.
Which is in Wales. It's not even in England. So, but that's where it is according to the Company's House. And therefore, it's got to be a B. So, Colin Scott, has got the first post at
Well
gold.
done, Carlin.
And then we're going down, 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 down. Christina Matazaki.
Well done, Christina.
And Lynn Bean.
Well done, Lynn.
We'd have to go a fair way down then to find Lexi and Laura Sully's Creations, who also had B. So I caught most people out, but it would have caught me out. Because anybody who knows the geography and realises Cardiff's the capital city of Wales, which we've done videos from numerous times, why would the Royal Antediluvian Order of the Buffaloes Grand Lodge of England
be in Wales?
Have they registered offices in Cardiff? It can only be because the prices are lower and the rents are cheaper. So that's where they are, folks. You can look it up in Company's House and you'll find this right. So there we go. We've got our winners, which were Carlin got the gold, Christina got the silver, and Lynn, who is recovering from COVID but doing well tonight, came out with a podium place.
Well done.
Excellent. Right then.
Right then, we need to do something. Have you got to find?
I got finds.
We're going to have to move things along now. Try to cut down on the chatting. Be very well behaved.
Well, maybe we should cut down on the giggling.
Okay.
My find.
You could try.
How's that, folks?
That was lovely. I was impressed with it.
Cleaned up and glued back together. Thanks to our good friend Jeff, who sent us some Gorilla Glue to keep us together after our anniversary. There we go. And I don't know if you can pick up on the words there.
Shall I try moving it closer?
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. So I'll pop that back. By the way, just because I can, I'll show you the back because that's quite nice too.
Royal.
Looks like semi.
No idea. Does anybody know that says semi-pop?
Porcelain?
Let's have a look. Could be. Try it.
And then it's... Careful the glue, you don't get stuck to it.
Yeah,
anyway.
Porcelain. Semi-porcelain. Staffordshire.
There we go. Anyway, this is interesting because when I tried, this little bit of glue on it because I stuck it together.
If you stick your thumb on there, we would stick together.
We would, because I've got glue all over me because I just did it just before the show. This is interesting because when I did my research, this is all I could find. And it was one of those times when it said, here's a link to something regarding what you're searching for. And it took me to a page, and this guy, it was under the letter V in a website that has listed virtually everything in Yorkshire and that begins with V on this page. And somewhere in there was something to do with what I wanted. And I had to go through reams and reams. But I came up with Victoria Restaurant and Dining Rooms, Halifax. And this is an advertisement from 1900. So we're 124 years ago. This advertisement read, the Victoria Restaurant and Dining Rooms opposite Cattle Market, splendid new premises opened this summer. So whether they'd had old premises and moved up, I don't know. Good hot dinners, in brackets, from the joint, 12 till 3 o'clock. Tea, in brackets, fresh brewed. Tuppence per teapot, ladies' rooms. Refreshments of the best quality, large dining rooms, newspapers, lavatories and every convenience. Trams stop opposite the door. Proprietors, Halifax Cocoa House and Refreshment Company Limited. Which is what it says on our plate. So wherever our plate went, put it on there. So we can assume this saucer would have been 120 plus years ago in the Victoria Restaurant opposite the cattle market. And if you'd gone in and had a couple of saucers and cups like this and a pot of tea, it'd have cost you tuppence.
Ooh, big money.
Yeah, which is equivalent to these days to about a penny, which isn't far off about a cent. It's nothing, folks, but that's what it was. So I have a question for you relating.
Phyllis says I shouldn't cut down on the giggling.
Well, as long as I didn't get a row because we overrun. When we found the saucer, we assumed that it was from a cafe in Halifax, and we weren't far wrong. But I want to ask you, in which city was the first cafe in the world opened 39 years before Mary Queen of Scots was playing golf? 1550, the first cafe was opened in the world. Was it in the city of A, Milan, B, Constantinople, or C, Venice?
Go.
There you go, folks. Time to go. Where do you think? What do you think? Do you think it was Milan? That would be A. Constantinople would be B, and Venice would be C, for the first ever cafe, which opened in 1550.
1550.
Cafes are wonderful places. If it wasn't for the Cozy Corner Cafe, I may never have married my wife.
This is true. It's where we met.
Which I think is a tremendous thing. And I can tell by looking at the wife that she's wondering if going to the Cozy Corner was really the right move.
Where would I be without you?
Don't answer that question. Don't go there. It's such a bad place to go. Yep, we met in a cafe, an Italian cafe.
We did.
Now that's not a clue to the answer. I'm not saying it's one of the Italian
or is it?
cities. I'm just
Is it
saying
a subliminal clue that accidentally slipped out?
I'm just making conversation. But we're about to find out.
Yes, Rachel said now it's Istanbul, but it was Constantinople, and I know that because the Muppets sang a song that says Istanbul used to be Constantinople.
There we go.
That's the only way. And they sang that over and over, and I remembered it. Strange.
Well.
You can see how Sesame Street worked, can't you? It was just the repetition all the time. Brilliant for children. And I used to like it when I was a teenager.
And I can assume then that the folks who know that may have felt that it was a clue to where the first cafe opened. Because I didn't say was it opened in Istanbul, because it wasn't. It was opened in Constantinople. Because in 1550 it would not have been Istanbul, it would have been Constantinople. And it was Constantinople, which at one time, I understand, was the capital city of the Roman Empire. Even though it's nowhere near Rome. It's nearer than Scotland, I suppose.
Yeah.
It's down in Turkey, isn't it? So there we go. It was Constantinople, so we're looking for a B, and that means I've got 3 in a row. Not the first, not the second answer. Sorry, Rachel and Sandy, they went for Venice, and that's not the right answer. But then comes Ed Creative on goal.
Well done, Ed.
Oh, and Colin Scott's back on the podium again.
Well done, Colin.
And Rachel Bailey.
Well done, Rachel.
So it's Ed's got gold, Colin's got silver, and it's a bronze for Rachel. Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Well done.
Fantastic stuff. There we go. Yeah, Constantinople, 1550, the first recorded cafe business that was open. So there we go. You learn some stuff when you're writing questions for this show, I tell you.
Right then, I think we'll do a couple more finds. So I'll show you one of my finds, which is this beautiful little bottle. And if you have a look, the top of it seems like some sort of sheer top or snap top. It's not a proper edge on it. Oh, sorry about the black paint on my fingers, as you can tell I've been crafting. And I think it's probably some sort of perfume. At first I thought, well, is it the shape of like a nail varnish jar? But no. I think it's too old for that, definitely too old. So I think that's going to be perfume.
I think it was West Country Mudlarks that made a comment. Well done on your penny perfume. That's what they referred to it as.
Oh, thank you.
I'm pretty sure.
Penny perfume then.
I know they were in earlier. If you're still with us, perhaps you can confirm if that's right. But I'm pretty sure they said penny perfume, and I assume they're referring to that bottle.
Yes, it's the only thing that it looked like.
It looks like the size that would hold.
So there we are. We have it. It's a penny perfume bottle.
You used to have a penny lick for your.
There's something on the bottom. It always says something on the bottom. It says 1,000.
I think it's
1009. So it's probably a product number.
Could be 6001.
Could be, yeah. It could be 6001.
Just to make things
No, I
awkward.
don't think that looks like a 6. It looks like a 9, I think.
Yeah.
So that's 1009 there.
Yeah, and that could be a mould number for the bottle.
Yeah, I would have thought. I don't think it was from 1009.
No, but I'm saying that rather than related to what was in it,
Yeah.
to the actual style of the bottle itself.
Probably. They used to do that,
But
didn't
yeah,
they?
I'm pretty sure that I definitely read congratulations on your penny perfume, and I'm pretty sure it was West Country Mudlarks. Oh, it was lovely to see them in the chat yesterday. I don't know if they're with us today, but they also mentioned that they put out a premiere an hour before ours. So
Yes.
I don't know if that's a regular, but if it is, folks, well worth tuning in to catch up with the West Country Mudlarks down there, as they have some fantastic finds. And they so if on a Friday evening you're thinking, what am I going to do for the hour that I'm waiting for Phil and Caroline to premiere at 9? You've got a perfect situation. You can watch West Country Mudlarks at 8. So I know they definitely premiered this week, but I can't be sure if they do it every week. So
I'm going to show another find. Then we better do another question, and that is this little piece of Japanese porcelain. See how close? Come on, there you go. You can see there, that's hand painted, and it's got quite a deep bottom on it. Not a hugely deep bottom, but definitely it's got some age. The older I think it all follows directly, the deeper the bottom, this little bit here, then the older it is. And that's certainly got a fair depth to it compared to modern ones there. So it's, I'd probably say turn of the century. 1900, 1920 probably came over in one of those big shipments of bits of china. Looks like a pin tray or a saucer. Because some of these saucers, they didn't have that indentation in the middle, so probably a saucer. We'll go with saucer.
another place that type of thing comes from is people like your grandfather.
Yes.
Do their national service, was sent out to Hong Kong and that part of the world, and they used to bring Oriental things back.
My grandfather bought a tea set back for my gran, yes, and that was all like a gold and things are very pretty.
Yeah, a lot of our boys that did national service in different parts of the world would bring items back for the family, you know, and they all ended up in the glass cabinet, and now 70, 80 years later they are all ending up in auctions and charity shops and such places because they've suddenly, there's an awful lot of them coming on
but
the
because
market.
ours is sentimental, it's got a history, I've passed it on to one of our children ready, because I don't want somebody coming in doing a house clearance or thinking, oh, this is just an old, you know, these are not worth anything, throwing it away or putting it in a charity shop. It's nice if it can get handed down, and so ours has been handed down to somebody in the next generation.
And from fine porcelain with beautiful illustrations of figures on, we come to my fine find of 2 busted terracotta pots.
Yes, you do like broken things.
I do, but I think they're going to work well. I've cleaned them up a little now, so they're looking rather posh, I think, and sophisticated.
You could even turn that bottom one in the other way, so that would look whole if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, I can. I can turn it that way and make it look whole.
Yeah, put a candle in it or something.
Yeah, or
Or
I could turn it up that way,
you could.
like that. Or
Oh, there's another or.
yeah, because then it would be a plinth, see? So yeah, that would make a plinth, and I could stand something. Put a candle on that.
Yeah, it's a candle on a plinth.
Stand a tea light on top of there. Or
Or
I could turn it over that way
it's multifunctional.
and do it like that.
Ooh, put a little gnome or a fairy in there, couldn't you?
Yeah. I tell you, you find precious things like this and the possibilities are endless.
Oh yes.
And I love that these are not extremely modern pieces because the imperfections in them, it's a bit like the glass. You can actually see through 1 or 2 of those little holes. It looks like there's woodworm in the terracotta. And the same in this one. It's got little tiny holes and imperfections everywhere where they've been put together.
Lexi said perfect pot for holding chocolate fingers. Phil does have a penchant for chocolate fingers.
I do indeed. And I also have a question related to terracotta.
Come on then, fire away.
Oh, I tell you, see the smooth linking together of the questions?
Amazing.
I know, I don't know how I cope with it. For millennia, terracotta has been crafted by a variety of cultures around the world, including China. Yep. Of course, the Chinese are the most famous with their terracotta army, but they were turning out stuff way before the terracotta army was put in the ground. In fact, some of the finds in China of terracotta date back how many years?
Ooh.
Is it A, 12,000 years, B, 8,000 years, or C, 4,000 years?
Go.
What do you think, folks? They've got the oldest in the world, and there are other cultures where you find items and you're measuring in thousands of years. But when it comes to China, they were doing it longer and doing it better, and they were turning out stuff as long ago as, is it A, 12,000 years, B, 8,000 years, or C, 4,000 years?
You know, I'd love some of those terracotta warriors in my garden. I don't think they'll lend them to me though, will they? Can you imagine what they would look like in your garden?
I went to a house once and they had one.
Did they? Wasn't one of the genuine ones, was it?
No, they'd got it from a garden centre, I think, but it was full size.
Yeah? Oh, lovely.
Yeah. They said, oh, come in the back way. And they lived in a little cottage, and to get to their house, you had to park in a little lay-by at the bottom of the hill and walk right up through the garden. As I walked up, I think there were two terracotta
nice
army soldiers standing either side of the path as you came to the top.
Nice.
About 6 foot something tall they were. They were bigger
Ooh,
than
I'd
me.
like those.
Yeah.
Has anybody here got terracotta warriors in their garden?
Ooh, look
It's
at
not the
those.
sort of thing I suppose you would have. I'd imagine they cost hundreds and hundreds of pounds to have something that big. Have you just seen the price on clay pots lately? I was in a garden centre about a year ago now, and they had terracotta pots, and they must have been about so big, say 2.5 feet tall, and they were like £80. Well, you know, seems a little bit on the steep side for a terracotta pot. I didn't buy any. Knowing my luck, they'd be broken before I got them home.
Flower Girl Ward 17 said, ooh, plant that broken flower pot bit with small succulents and small mosses.
That would look nice.
And pimpernel.
Ooh, I'm not sure what pimpernel are.
And then Lynn came in first with China, but of course the question turned not to be which country. It was how long ago. Well, folks, we got loads of answers, and I can say that we got 6 in a row correct answers.
Right.
And there are more lower down. There's 6 in a row.
Right.
So the correct answer is 12,000 years.
12,000 years.
10,000
Long
BC. That's the dating on the oldest terracotta artifacts found in China. 10,000 BC, which would be 12,000 years ago. So let's have a look. If we've got 6 in a row, who are the top 3? He's there again. Ed Creative.
Well done, Ed.
Oh, and Anne Goodwin.
Well done, Anne.
And Colin Scott.
Well done, Colin.
And commiserations to Rachel Ramey, Lisa Roberts and Sandy Black, because there was a row of 6, but you're not in the top 3.
Seconds in
Sorry, so it's Ed on gold, Anne on silver, and Colin on bronze.
Right.
So there we go. I was surprised. I was. 7,000 years ago, they've dated to in, I think it was Greece. Either Greece or Egypt, 7,000 years. But 12,000, I thought that's a long time to be turning out stuff like that.
It is.
They were so well ahead of the rest of us, weren't they?
Well, Lexi said their garden has a huge selection of terracotta, etc., that are classed as rejects and sold at half price. Ooh, now that's much better. And I don't mind rejects in most things. You know, I wouldn't want, like if I had a spacesuit, I wouldn't want it to be a reject. But, you know, on general things, I don't mind if there's something a little bit wonky, if you can get a bargain. I just love a bargain anyway. Right, we need to be showing some of your finds now. So have you got some finds to show us? Because we have like 8 minutes left.
Well, this find is related to another question.
Right, so go on then.
So there we go. Lung tonic. Our lung tonic bottle, which I've cleaned up a little. And as we said, it had Owbridges on the one side and Hell on the other. I wasn't 100% sure if I had one of these because it's so long since we've been collecting. I will check down in the shed when I go down, and if I do, then probably the one I have may supersede this one, because having washed it, I don't know if it's picking up on there, but there's a crack. It's fine. It's fine. It's not falling apart, and you won't cut yourself on it.
No.
He says confidently as he gingerly touches it.
Don't everybody fainting now with blood everywhere.
But yeah, it has got a crack in the glass, but that was left there along with several other bottles.
I'm pretty sure we don't have one of those, but then again, you never know. We've got
I've picked up so many different things over the years, and it's all down to whether I have one or not that I'll be able to check and see what's down at the shed. But once again, it's a while since we've done this because we haven't been on the bottle hunt, but can you see the little dots in the glass there? The imperfections. Obviously, just on the back. Little air bubbles.
Well, I've got to say this. Flower Girl in Warren 17, I'm impressed. Do we need a press the like button jingle? And it could go, if you like the show, let them know. Oh, I like that idea.
Ooh.
Oh, brilliant. Right then.
They're on top form tonight. They're on top form tonight, I tell you.
Oh, Lexi's been buying the terracottas with the blue glaze. Oh, they're very posh. Very nice.
And we've still got 55 in, and we've only got 5 minutes to go. So here's the question, folks. I think for most of you, it's going to have to be an educated guess. Even though the answer was right in front of you when you watched the film, I would not expect you to know this simply by watching the video, even though the evidence was there. We found a collection of bottles left by another bottle digger, including the one I've just shown you. In total, on screen, how many bottles were in the pile? Was it AB, B17?
AB? I don't think that was right. It's not AB.
I'm too tired now.
It's getting late.
It is. It's getting late now. Was it ABC? It was one of them. Was it A12, B17, or C22?
Go.
There we go.
Right.
I got there. I'm getting tired now.
Oh, another one from Flower Girl. Thumbs up if they make you smile. It will keep their programme a longer while. Oh, brilliant. We're going to like these poems. We'll have to have everybody sending in their poems, what I can put on a jingle. Ed.
AB. Yes.
Oh, here they come. The answers are coming in thick and fast.
They are indeed.
But do we have a winner?
I'm sure we will. Let's have a look. Oof. Yes. We've got several winners, so we're all right.
Several right answers.
Quite a number of people went for 12, which was A, and that wasn't correct. It was a case of right down the middle, 17 bottles. 17 bottles left there. So that means B is the correct answer. So it's the man again, Ed Creative.
Well done, Ed.
Up there on gold. Then we got to come down away. I've got to scroll off the page and find
lots of wrong answers in between.
Yep. So I've got to go down to Rachel Bailey.
Well done, Rachel.
And straight after Rachel Bailey, Sandy Black.
Well done, Sandy.
So Ed, Rachel and Sandy take first, second and third, gold, silver and bronze. Well done to all three of you. Now then, my happy news. Am I going to have a jingle?
Okay then. Be a little quick jingle.
Okay, are you ready for some more happy news? Payback for a kind couple. A husband and wife in Austin, Texas have been honoured as heroes for nourishing neighbours in need by hosting a community fridge outside their restaurant. Now they are feeling the boomerang of good karma after the community found out their business was in trouble. In 2019, Edgar and Sarah opened Nixta Taqueria in East Austin, an area where options for fresh produce and groceries are scarce. And their compassion came to life when they became the pilot location of a new Austin free fridge program. Edgar and Sarah began replenishing the community fridge, sometimes upwards of 20 times a day with fresh meals and hydration packs during heat waves. It became a lifeline for many folks, and the couple were happy to keep it stocked. But this summer, they were forced to shut operations. They knew that with so many people relying on them, they had to figure out a solution. A week later, they created a GoFundMe page, and in 2 days surpassed their $80,000 goal.
Wow.
It's the best feeling in the world when you can tell that people have your back, they wrote on the donation page, where a stream of comments provided praise and encouragement for the couple. Strangers and customers stepped up to support them, saying thank you for taking care of our community during winter storms, heat waves and pandemics. Donors have contributed $118,000 so far.
It's a lot of money, isn't it?
That's a very, very lot of money, and also a beautiful story of people that gave and gave and gave to the point where they found themselves in bother themselves because of another related cost that had been overlooked. They needed help to stop them going under, and suddenly the people that they had helped, many of those they'd helped, and those who'd seen their kindness, so we want to give.
Yeah.
So it's
To that extent,
that
amazing, isn't
circular
it?
movement of kindness. So I thought that was a nice story.
Very nice.
Very nice. So here we go, folks. We have a minute to decide this question that looms over us so often. And before I ask the question, I must say there will be a video on Friday, but we may be on the road on Saturday.
Yes, maybe travelling.
Yeah, we may be travelling. We'll be travelling back, and we're going to say we're not going to be here because I can't see us getting in by 9 o'clock. We're going to be on the road on a fairly long journey back home. So next Saturday, there won't be a live show, but there will be a premiere on Friday.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll be in the chat. So here we go. How many places did Mankey appear in this week's video? Was it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5?
Go!
And I sit here dreading that Ribble Finds is going to put up a number greater than 5.
15.
What do you think, folks? Did you see him? Did you notice him? Was he there? Well, according to me, he was there at least 3 times, which would be A.
Yep.
Might have been 4 times, that would be B. Possibly 5 times, that would be C. If it's any more than that, I didn't see him. Here they go, here they go. Oh.
Right then, so do we have a winner?
No.
No.
Oh, we don't.
Right, so it's worth you checking on the answer. If you can't see an answer up there, put it in.
Well, let's have a look on Ribble Finds us to
Ribble
say.
Finds says different numbers to us. Here we go. Now, I can't reply to anything or see anything because this has just decided to eat my chat, so I have no chat now. Right, so we're going to sign in again. So.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I can see it, yeah. Yeah. I can see why...
Right.
So how are we doing on the questions coming in? There we go. Now we're getting some quick and clever people that have coming in with a possible answer. So I'm going to give the gold podium to Ribble Finds and Crafts because they pointed out that they saw Mankey twice in the tree behind me because I stepped in front of them. So we did that breakaway and came back, but he was still in the same place, so that's why I counted it as 1, they counted it as 2. Yep. So there we go, Ribble Finds and Crafts.
Ribble Finds and Crafts.
And now I'm looking for the next, either 5 or C, and it's going to be Faraway Portal.
Oh, well done, Faraway Portal.
And yet again, the lady who's recovering, Lynn Bean.
Well done, Lynn.
Yep, it was 5 times. Actually, he was in the tree behind me at the intro. Now, you might have missed him there because that tree was about 20 yards behind me and he was sat on a branch just watching in the background. And that was the issue that Ribble Finds was clarifying, was because we cut away and come back, did that count as 2?
Yeah.
But we counted as 1. But you're quite right. It could have been counted as 2 because it was shot away and back. Then he was in the historical shot of me climbing out of a hole.
Yep.
He was in the historical shot of me saying hello to Lynn as she came down over the bank shouting wet but happy. And he was then there when he found his spoon. And of course, he was in on the game of playing and patterned.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's settled things for tonight.
Yes, and we've had great fun. It's been, well, I've enjoyed it anyway. I'm saying we, but I know Phil and I've enjoyed it. But I think we've had a bit of a laugh, we've had a bit of fun, and we've even seen some mudlarking finds, so it's win all round.
Yes.
So thank you all for joining us. Don't forget we won't be here next week, but we will be here the week after.
We will indeed.
And we will see you all next time. But until then, don't forget,
have fun.
Bye.
Bye.